Alright guys, so in today's video I'm going to be going over how you guys could deal a massive amount of damage to the Giant Cake Hound inside of the Frenzy events that we have going on right now. And as you guys can see, I have been playing this game mode for a while now, and I've been testing out different teams, and I have currently reached about 1 billion damage that I thought was almost impossible when I first saw the actual score. So if you guys enter this, you guys can see that right now all of my buffs are at level 10. So the first thing that you guys all need to keep in mind here is you need to be able to play this game and not worry about the score in the beginning. All right, so you need to first go and level all of these up to level 10. So that should be the main goal that you guys have right now. Don't worry about the shop in the beginning. Worry about leveling all of these buffs up to level 10, because as you guys can see, all of these are going to give you guys a massive boost in certain stats. So this one's going to be all cookies attack plus 60%. This one is going to be cooldown minus 30%. And on top of that, you are going to be able to get a crit boost plus 60% at max level. So this is going to be the first thing that you guys all need to do right away, without you don't use your don't use a random effect. Actually, you guys can try and spend some coins for some extra cake hound crumbs, but that's not gonna be the main focus here, guys. Make sure to go play this 10 times in order to unlock all 3 slots, but make sure to go and level all of these up to plus 10. That's gonna be the first thing that you guys need to do. And then the second thing is going to be your team now. All right, so going into the team here, this is going to be a example team that you guys can use right now, and that is going to be Milky Way cookie, eclair, affogato, licorice, as well as rye. So licorice and rye also do need to have their magic candy. So the minimum is going to be +1 actually for rye as well as licorice, but the higher level they are, of course, you are going to be able to deal more damage. And as you can see, mine is going to be +30 and +20 for licorice. All right, now moving on to the treasures here, we can see that we are not using the slingshot this time around, but we are using the conductor's whistle. And the reason why we're using this conductor's whistle is because it is increasing all of the cookies crit percentage by an additional 15%, as well as giving 2 of your cookies with the highest attack extra attack by 40% and damage resist, which really doesn't matter in this particular game mode. So the main thing is that we are getting extra 40% attack on top of the 59.7% attack buff from the scroll, and as well as the 60% from the buff. All right, so that's the reason why we are going with the conductor's whistle. The whistle is actually pretty darn insane with this particular comp that's going to be dealing damage over time. All right, so going over the top end real quick, there's no real specific cooldown that I have set for my team, but once I find out the exact cooldown for the team to deal even more damage, I'll share that with you guys in the future as well. But you guys can see the focus here is going to be all damage. All right, so I'm going with 5 of the Syrian raspberry for our Milky Way, giving focusing on the crit as well as attack, and giving a little bit of the cooldown as well. And then affogato is going to be using 5 of the Syrian raspberry here as well, focusing on the crit and the attack and a bit of cooldown here. And then eclair is going to be the only one in this particular build going with 5 of the swift chocolate here, guys, focusing on the maximum cooldown and some attack and crit as well. But you want to be rotating his skill as soon as possible to get that weakness debuff stack, to get it up to 4 stacks and dealing additional damage. All right, and the next one is going to be licorice with 5 of this Syrian raspberry here as well. I am going with the attack focus and the crit focus, and you can see the cooldown is a bit high on licorice because licorice and rye are going to be the 2 biggest hitting cookies inside of this team. All right, as you can see, 8%. And then we have rye with focusing on attack as well as crit again, and a little bit of cooldown as well. All right, so this team is going to be dealing damage over time with licorice as well as affogato and rye with her burn effect. So as you guys can see on the screen, the focus that you guys really want to have is going to be the buff, and the best scenario is going to be crit damage plus 75% for all of the cookies. And on top of that, if you guys can get an attack as well, that is really good. And you want to be having that 80% all right damage on all periodic damage. All right, so if you guys go into the battle now, you're going to be able to see that I do cast spells like in this order, where I do try to cast Eclair first, or Affogato, Eclair, and then Licorice, Rye, and then 2 Milky Way. And I just put it at auto and try to spam the skill as much as possible. The reason why you want to be spamming as at the same time, even if it's auto, is because there is some skill delay when you guys just leave it at auto and you guys don't click manually. So while you guys are clicking, sometimes you'll be able to have the auto click the other skill for you while you guys can't tap it. So try to still tap it and click on it as you guys go through. But as you can see, with this particular build, I've reached over 1 billion damage. So it's going to be 1.1 billion damage that I've done with this particular build here. And this is going to be the damage, with Licorice being the most damage dealer. And alongside Licorice, you can see that Rye was doing about 400 million. And then Affogato, Eclair, as well as our Milky Way. Alright, so this is the particular build that I have currently used so far, guys. If I have any other build that comes up, I will share that with you guys. But just keep in mind, there are going to be replacements that you guys can actually use for certain cookies here. And that is going to be replacing Rye with Poison Mushroom. If you guys actually do find a particular buff right here, that is going to be place 2 bombers, or place bomber cookie times 2. Then with the damage over time, then you might want to replace Rye with the with Poison Mushroom. And also, if there is a particular buff that gives you guys a buff to the ambush cookies, then you can replace actually the Rye cookie with Vampire with Magic Candy, and you guys can actually use Vampire in this particular comp as well. Alright, but that's pretty much what we got going on here so far. Try to quickly go and level all of the buffs up first, and then in the end, it's really going to come down to luck, whether you guys can get the particular buffs randomly with the coins. It does cost a lot as you guys keep doing this, because every single reroll is going to cost 5,000 coins sooner or later. So just keep in mind that it can get costly. So if you want to save your coins, then try to do it as few times as possible. If you guys don't get the ones that you guys are looking for, just battle it, and then just start out with 500 coins once again. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys found the video helpful. Good luck with your runs, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.